Hello everybody and welcome back to Red Eagle Politics. Make sure you guys like this video down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. We're almost to 200K. Let's get there, and we're almost to the first presidential debate between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. Donald Trump debated Joe Biden back in June, and the debate was such a disaster for Joe Biden and such a win for Donald Trump that Joe Biden was forced to drop out of the race. It's a little too late for Kamala Harris to drop out of the race, but still, I thought it would be important to go over some of the main takeaways that I have for this debate. What's at stake? How is it going to impact the race as it stands right now? And we're going to get to it. And I kind of wanted to say, the first takeaway that I had was to not underestimate Kamala Harris. Donald Trump is being smart. His campaign has said they expect her to do just fine in the debate, which again is kind of not like the greatest expectations in the world. But keep in mind, this is Kamala Harris. We saw her in the CNN interview that was taped. She had a month to prepare for it, and it didn't go too well for her. So obviously, the expectations are not super high, but the way the media has been hyping her up, the expectations are much higher, and it's important to expect her to live up to those expectations so you know what you're dealing with. Just like I said with Joe Biden when the media was downplaying it, I said, no, you got to take Joe Biden seriously on the debate stage. And Donald Trump went out there, he won the debate fairly easily, did what he had to do. But you still don't want to underestimate the opponent. Now, it is true that Kamala Harris needs to perform better compared to expectations than somebody like Joe Biden, because the expectations are already higher when you look at polls. They polled who would win the debate, Trump or Biden. Trump would win those polls. They did the same polls, who would win the debate, Trump or Harris. Harris currently has a lead. But still, you know, the media, they're going to do what they can do to spin this whichever way that they can. They'll take a few exaggerated statements out of Donald Trump's debate performance, and they'll try to use it to discredit the entire argument that he made. They will hype Harris up as the winner, regardless if she wins or not. But they can only really do that if she has a decent debate performance. So it's important to make sure that you know exactly what's going on, that you're prepared for a lot of these attack lines, which are predictable. And that does bring us to the second point here, is that Harris needs this debate more than Donald Trump. Everybody has their mind made up about Donald Trump. There's a lot of people who don't exactly know Kamala Harris all that well, and she has to sell herself off the cuff, no notes, no teleprompter, no nothing, to the American people. And she's going to have to do a very good job. And judging based off of how shaky the debate prep for her has gone, it could be difficult, but still you want to set the expectations high. But so far, there's not a lot that I could point to and say she's going to do super well. But even if it's 50-50, even if she does just fine, and it's one of those things where, you know, her side can say, well, she won, and then Trump's side can say, well, no, Trump won, not good enough for her, because if it's not going to change the minds of whatever, 3-4% of the electorate that's truly undecided, it's not going to bode too well, because she's already at her peak. She just had the DNC. She just got out of the honeymoon. She needs to perform well. And if she can't perform well, it's not going to go over too well for her. It's true, because of the current trajectory that the race is on. Less people know her. Her support is a little softer as a result. Of course, you'll have all of the TDS people in her corner. That's very true. All the Democrats will support her. They'll vote for her. But those true winnable people that could vote for Donald Trump, she's probably not going to be dipping into Donald Trump's current support if she doesn't have the, great debate performance that she really needs, because she hasn't really spent a lot of time off teleprompter. And when she goes off teleprompter, it doesn't bode too well for her. And because the media has been covering for her relentlessly and has been hyping her up to be the next Obama 2008, and then she goes out there and kind of stumbles around, makes a fool out of herself, and doesn't even get that, girl boss moment that she was able to get against Mike Pence back in that debate, which she didn't even really win, by the way, if you actually watched it. Well, it kind of showcases that she is going to need to do well. And she's also going to have to do well despite the fact that her rules that she wanted to sit down, she wanted all these notes, because she knows that in like a standard debate with the Biden rules, where the mic is not going to be hot, essentially for Donald Trump, she can't interrupt Trump, Trump can't interrupt her. That's not going to bode too well for her because she needs that shining moment to kind of get the momentum back in this race, and her campaign is not happy about it because she didn't get the rule changes in her favor, which brings us to the third takeaway, which is that Donald Trump needs to take advantage of these rules. And I think that that's pretty straightforward. I think he will. But the truth is that Kamala Harris, if she can't do a debate with muted mics while the opponents are talking, standing up, and without any note cards of everything she has to say, how the hell is she going to be president of the United States? It proves that she's unfit to serve, and that everybody they call a conspiracy theorist or whatever for saying that Kamala Harris is not all that intelligent, well, those people are going to be proven correctly. So she has to prove those doubters wrong in order to maybe change the trajectory of the race. And even then, is it going to change very much? Yeah, probably not a whole lot because, like I've said, very few people are undecided. And Donald Trump would bode well by just going out there, try not to go on a lot of tangents, try to answer questions directly. Still, I think it's smart to bring everything back to the border because that's the weakest issue of this administration. Bring everything back to the economy, do debate prep, and it seems like he's done a lot of debate prep compared to his first debate with Biden. He's even been doing debate prep with Tulsi Gabbard, who ended Kamala Harris's chances of becoming president through an actual primary process. So that's kind of the takeaway there. You have to appeal to those undecideds, but also play to the base. This is a turnout election. You're going to need to inspire people to turn out for you, and you're going to have a couple highlight reel moments. And it is true that Kamala Harris goes on a lot of word salads, and Donald Trump against Joe Biden, when Joe Biden went on some, rant about nobody even knows what he was talking about, Trump said, nobody knows what he just said. I don't know if he even knows what he just said there. That line honestly would work against Kamala Harris. He probably is going to have a couple more lines prepared as well. So we'll see how it shakes out. Now, Kamala's debate prep is not as extensive as Joe Biden's is, but if the first debate tells us anything, it might not be that much of a correlation between the two. They'll have a stand-in for Trump in a mock debate, but the truth is Trump is so unpredictable that it kind of throws things for a loop when you get into the actual debate ring, which is going to be taking place tomorrow night on ABC. And also, this is the fifth takeaway. Any exposure for Kamala Harris compared to what she's been getting in the media is bad exposure unless she goes out there and absolutely just blows people away with a stunningly good debate performance. And I just don't see that happening. And I'm not saying that we have to pretend like she's going to go out there just like Joe Biden, but you have to kind of account for the fact that she's been being covered for by the media, and Donald Trump just throwing out certain things of her record and her flip-flopping, calling her out on it, making her a little flustered. That would be a massive win for Trump because a lot of people don't know some of the stances that she's taken on issues, and he's going to have to be prepared to hit back from all these attacks that are predictable, whether it's the Project 25 lie, the bipartisan border bill lie, which I think we're going to make a video comprehensively tearing into sometime within the next couple of weeks on this channel. But there's so much that's just predictable that I'm sure Trump will be prepared for. But there's a lot in Harris's record that she's going to have to defend that's kind of indefensible, and Trump kind of needs to highlight that during this debate. But like I said, if it's 50-50 or even a narrow Harris win in the debate, it's not really enough to change the trajectory. She's going to need a very good debate performance. But a very, very good debate performance for Donald Trump combined with a weak performance for Harris, that could basically be the nail in the coffin. So hopefully Trump goes out there tomorrow night, does a good job. We'll see what happens. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. Like this video down below. Comment down below. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for notifications so you never miss another video. Follow me on social media. The links are all in the description down below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Red Eagle, out.